Greetings and health, my brothers and sisters from the United States of America. This November, march in the streets of the beautiful United States of America with your fists raised in the air, torches representing our rebirth, our union, our unification, and your pledge and allegiance as a brotherhood and a sisterhood with me, we, all power to the people. Dragan for President this November. Brothers and sisters, amongst the first things that I will initiate to do is make it clear that America's primary role and manifest destiny, in unison with our allies, the free world, is to bring about a new world order where justice and the rule of a progressive law and the freedom of mankind as a whole is within a free and progressive new world order. As President, financial question, mainly the need for a financial reset and a restructuration and a refusion of the existing debt is of primary importance. The restructuring also in the reforming of the economy to allow great social security and to address the growing economic inequalities while at the same time ensuring freedom and assuring individual liberty. We are going through tough times. We need strength. We need power. And we need more strength. Militarism and relying on might and strength and military power is essential, is important for a secure world. But it's not the only pillar of one or my own policy. That is why I concord to accord and harmonize many ideals that people, so-called experts and zealots, call of the left or socialism aspect with the accordation of the importance of individual liberty and freedom and policies that are deemed to be more right wing. Truth is that in this 21st century, America needs a transcendence and an integration of the principles that best reflect our age. That is why much of my theoretical writings comprise economical reforms of a financial and nature and a equivalency or an equilibrium of economic model based on private and public partnerships, meaning that progressive taxation should be the implementation of any progressive government, such as I intend to do. There's wealth, there's abundance, there's ways to fund optional free education, all citizens to have access to healthcare and their basic needs and necessities to be taken care of collectively. Social housing, social security, increasing social assistance, are as necessary as funding, security, and military and police forces. They go hand in hand. Many fools struck their simplistic views and debate minute details and follies. Truth is that in the 21st century, they can go hand in hand. Calling oneself progressive, this and that, is too overly simplistic in our complex world. Although I do recognize that some things are more simple, such as let's take the banking system and finance. If one is to go on and on about aberrations and incomprehensible inutilities, you can take principles of proportionate taxation, and you can take the principle that interest charging on money lending should be minimized and restricted accordingly. That will ensure the citizen and consumers protection when taking credit and requiring credit and loans. I've written much theory, much not only on my own, but where was inspired by great economists. And there's one financial point that needs to be accorded, needs to be taken as soon as possible, which is the financial reset. We need to bring it back to zero and then work forward to build a new world order accordingly. American brothers locally, nationally, and then internationally. Make no mistake, our enemies will be harshly dealt with. Enemies of America, enemies of the free world, the enemies of civilization. This world where religious aberrations that God gets upset or throws a fit whether you have relations with somebody who's of your own sex or a non-sex is pure nonsense. And I, being of a spiritual nature, as somebody who also had a mystical revelation, do will to for my American brothers and sisters to become more spiritual as well, to elevate ourselves by good deeds, loving and caring in our communities at a local, national, and international level. All power to the people. Therefore, I intend on the financial policy I intend to implement is one of financial reset in our modern age and inspired us also by past ones, see not all that is folly or non of non-value in our current day world. But even if we look in the Bible, in the Torah, there's a mention of a jubilee, there's a mention of a sabbatical year where the remission of debts is done every 7 years, of course, with certain specifications and certain agreements to be as fair as possible, so that no party really loses that much. But that's the primary thing I intend to do, and I think we, great economists, specialist experts, do see the need of such a policy to be implemented as soon as possible. We're heading towards a financial Armageddon, as some say, but there are solutions, and one of them, if not the major part of it, is a financial reset with a jubilee and a reaccordance, a reagreementation, a reagreement, a restructuring of that existing current debt, local, national, international one. Without going into further details, the principle is pretty simple. The agreements can be more or less debated or argued, but the principle is that we need a financial reset, a jubilee, and a sabbatical. Financial question to me in the economic is one of primary importance, as is my spiritual well-being. They go hand in hand, the physical and the spiritual. Of my fellow brothers and sisters, my citizens, all power to the people. Under me, Obama, under me as Prince, Obama will not have to, be given an office as well. Dragan for President, first citizen, this November. All power to the people, Prince of the world.